Hey everyone, it's me again. Yeah, once again, after I'm back from a long time, I'm posting this kind of shit. Whoever doesn't like it, can fucking fuck off. Okay, so in the past few months, after I received the college results, I've decided to change my ways of studying. And ever since then, I have been, you know, fucking making excuses and, you know, relaxing all the way until at least a month or two before the freaking exams. And so, Mom came to the rescue, and we both have freaking studied a few subjects, including the one that I studied today. And then 2 days ago, we have been revising a huge half of the freaking thing. Hell, I even watched a fucking documentary movie that literally speaks about a huge half of the fucking subject. I watched an entire movie about it, and yet half of it has been forgotten today. And yesterday, we have revised so much from the goddamn thing. And to make things even, and today I woke up so early just because my mom thought that my exam starts at 9, but it actually starts at 12, you see? And, and I've spent like at least 5 or 4 ungodly hours. Most of them, I have been reading and revising most of the stuff on a fucking rush. And the rest, I've been literally spending it talking to myself about some stupid Wedding Peach shitty game. I'm gonna talk about this later on, but I got a lot to say about at least 2 of the animes. And then the time has come. I went to the college, waited for at least 2 hours and a half, got inside, and my God, you have no idea how horrible the hate has become. Like, good fucking Lord. I can't remember the exact temperature, but damn, it was scorching hot that I was melting like fucking crazy when I was outside. And my brain, it never stops fucking boiling, even though I have been listening to nothing but ambient musics. Ambient music that would literally not make me go apeshit inside. And yet I'm still close to fucking exploding. So I reach there, and I revise again, and again, and again. The time has come. Put away anything that is related to the subject, and it's time to take the fucking exam. First you get the answer paper, and then the questions paper. And now the exam comes in. And guess what? The first 2 questions, they're ones of what I have studied. At first I have answered, and the first question is in 2 parts. The second one is also 2 parts. But the third and fourth and final one are at least 1 part. But you gotta write it like a huge fucking article-like answer for this shit. Although it tells me to answer only two questions from those 4. So I picked the first question, And it was at least two of the freaking events that I have been able to study. But then it all comes down to shit. When I reach certain parts of my answer that I'm supposed to put important names, I have forgotten a lot of important names who have led and fought during that godforsaken event. And the place, I couldn't describe it 100%. And the premise of it, it's like it's been completely jumbled all over the place. And the same goes for the events. It's been also jumbled all over the place. And of course, my godforsaken, handwriting, it doesn't get any better. And the time limit is literally 2 fucking hours. And we need at least fucking 4 hours for this shit. So we were literally close to almost the end of the fucking time. Then there is the second part. I was able to remember most of the events pretty clear on the back of my head. And literally, I almost forgot about who the fuck were the two people that were in this goddamn conquest. Look, who the fuck were the Islamic people were fighting during that event. Look, what the fuck? And eventually I remembered that at least is one goddamn plus point. It's pretty much almost the only thing that I've ever got to remember during the entire fucking second part of the first question. And the same go, but in this first question, damn, you better hope your ass that you're still having an insurance for your brain. Then there's the second question. And well, although that first question, I've wrote at least almost 2.5 pages for this. Yeah, they're requiring us to be as long and as, detailed as academic as possible. And almost as accurate to how the fucking teacher has wrote it in his godforsaken book as much as possible. Ain't that fucked up, huh? Second question, and well, the first part, again, so when I started writing on it, it was no problem. But then I forgot a lot of important names, important places, and important times. And the same goes for almost the entire exam. I've been doing nothing but forgetting a lot of dates and times and motherfucking places and names. Jeez, you thought that forgetting the most important equation in the entire question is completely gonna fuck you up. But I'm literally studying history, and I forgot a lot of names, dates, and places that everyone have already knew about it. First part wasn't. Anyway, I fucked up it. Anyways, I've written most of the important events, but not with the. And with the second one, I wasn't even able to write much. And to make it even worse, there are lots of important parts that I forgot to even write. I've forgotten the names, the important names, but at least I was able to write the freaking events. and the exam is out of 20. And it was a redo to the exams that I have already failed back at first year. Like really, it's as if all the freaking efforts to make me remember and be able to write and do everything that's needed. But goddamn. Goddamn. So much for being able to remember a lot of important parts. In the most important and probably the most infamous fucking events in the entire world. Like seriously, education. It's a fucking piece of dog shit thing that was made to keep everyone like me from achieving any kind of dream and achieving any kind of success in their lives. It's a piece of shit movement that was never meant to be made for everyone. Like seriously, you saw that we literally need education? We need to read and write. Can we do that? Can we just stop education on just being able to read and write? I just want to be able to read and write and do most of the most basic shit in life. I don't need to learn about a lot of people that have died and I've never even got to see their fucking faces. I don't want to learn about some godforsaken godforsaken events that I have never been born in it. I don't want to learn about some stupid empire that already fucked itself to death from how fucking abusive and stupid it became in the ancient times. Like seriously, I thought that this was it. This was the moment where I can actually shine and be calm while literally writing all the answers. I thought this was the moment where I can actually, get myself to succeed, get myself to success, make myself a fucking good person again. But no, I just can't. The results didn't come, and I can already fucking tell it by now. It's all over. It's all over. And this isn't even the real finals. Oh no, there are like 6 or 7 more subjects to go through in this godforsaken mess. And the first one is already another fucking written type of exam. Yeah, it's as if it wasn't enough. Like, for fuck's sakes, why can't we just make all of the exams and all the subjects are all about that fucking bubble sheet? Yeah, why can't we just choose and make true or false questions? And you could like bring us fucking 1,000 questions if they can. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have 1,000 questions that are consistent of true or false or a choose. And that would be, I'd rather have that wholeheartedly than to fucking remember most of the important shit. Sure, there are some parts of the chosen or the true or false questions that you gotta remember, but it's 100 times better than dealing with this bullshit. Like seriously. Yeah, what I'm about to say is all inspired by AVGN. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of AVGN that I'm about to fucking quote him. I'd rather have a scrotum gun. Literally fucking mean. I'd rather have 2 scrotum guns. No, I'd rather have like 5 scrotum guns from each side. 2 shooting me One I'm jerking it off, another is fucking my ass, and the other is literally shooting my dick. I'd rather be sucked into Bowser's wet dream world where he fucking rules the world and fucks all the fucking princesses and literally murders me in the process with one of his mech clones or whatever. I'd rather get dropped into Rain Devla's goddamn lair and she fucking murders me. I'd rather have someone randomly shoots me out of the sky or anywhere with a godforsaken sniper while I walk. I'd rather get stomped on by a car. I'd rather have any of the fucking fictional characters, especially Kenshiro, to come to me and call me pathetic and beats me up with the crack fist and have my goddamn organs ruptured out. I'd rather have Scorpion and Sub-Zero double fatalize me to death. I'd rather have motherfucking Johnny Cage uppercuts me so bad that my head comes off. I'd rather have Shao Kahn come to me and beat my ass up with his giant ass hammer and his cock and ball tortured dick. Rather like have AVGN himself come over to me and shoot me with a zapper in the head. I'd rather like, you know, it's fucking horrible. This is what education does to me. This is what education will do to you. And the thing is, everyone in the entire world, almost the entire world, or you know, at least the European and American world, can actually choose whether to continue or not their education. People have a fucking choice to get out of this miserable mess and get a job without having to go through education at all. But here in Egypt, you don't have a fucking choice. And it's all around the Arab region. You don't have a fucking choice. It's either you have education or you slowly perish into obscurity. You know, lots of people keep on saying, it's gonna go by, man. You're gonna succeed. Everything's gonna be fine. It won't end like this, you know. You have actually done your best. But I know how it's gonna go. I know how this is gonna go. Everything's gonna come down so goddamn smoothly, whether I did my best or not. But the godforsaken results will reveal it all. The godforsaken results are gonna be the only thing that can determine that I actually did my best or not. Because it literally doesn't matter how much I write. Literally doesn't matter what important parts of the question I'm gonna be answering. It isn't. The thing is, it won't fucking matter what I do. And I have actually given myself up for the sake of answering this again. I was supposed to succeed in it. Not to fucking fuck up a lot of important parts in my answer. But Loki, I want to actually believe that. I want to actually believe those people and believe the one thing inside me that's literally saying. And the mental images of Jama P, and he's literally telling me, you're actually gonna win this one, this beat. You're actually gonna succeed on this one, ditch beat. You're actually going to pass this one in flying colors, ditch beat. Yeah, I've got affected so hard by Jama P's talk. And that's another thing I'm gonna be talking about later on. There are parts of me, and most of those people, I would like to actually believe them this time. But the problem is, whenever I keep believing this kind of shit, I get fucked in the ass and fail. But low-key, I want to believe them this time. But it's been 3 fucking times. 3 times of college failure. Seriously, have you ever heard of someone fails college like 4 or 3 times? Have you ever heard of someone aside of me failing college in like 4 or 3 times? And it's a final. It's one of the finals. So I know what's gonna happen. But then again, a part of me, might be thinking that that I've actually did my best this time. That I've actually did my best and my best and I can actually pass through. And well, it might be remotely true that, well, I've written lots of important parts of the event, and I wrote a lot about the event, which is the first time that I got to answer like that. And the same goes for the other question. Like, there are lots of parts that probably nobody else have been answering. But I might be wrong, and they have already got everything that they needed, by cheating or not. But I know that I'm wrong. I know that I can't feel at ease. Not just because of the upcoming exams. It's because I know that they will fucking trip everything over me 180 degrees and make me see that same fucking 0/1. And sooner or later, they're gonna put my goddamn marks at -5. Yes, the fucking negative. That means get fucking sucked into hell. And I know that some universities actually do that. But I might be just over-exaggerating it. Yet it's so possible. I failed 3 fucking times. And this could be the force. Look, seriously. All of you out there, no matter how many people literally tells you about how fucking quote unquote important education is, please, I'm begging of you, for yourself, after you're done with your kindergarten and your primary school times, stop your education. I'm not kidding. Stop your education. So for those who have the choice out there, for your own sake, I'm begging you, stop your education, find a job, and don't give a shit about what's gonna happen next. And to all the parents out there, let your children quit education. Save them from education. Save your children from the suffering of education and find them nearby jobs. Find them any kind of job after they're done finishing primary school. Oh yeah, education is that bad. It is so bad that is worse than any shitty games that AVGN has ever played. It's so bad, it's literally worse than pedophilia itself. It's literally worse than the fact that you get to see the people at Gaza getting fucking murdered by those Israeli assholes. It is worse than Israel itself. That's right, I said it. Education is worse than Israel itself. So once again, I'm literally telling you, once you finish primary school and kindergarten, do yourself a favor, and if you have the choice, and if your parents are giving you the choice, do yourself a huge favor and step away from education and get yourself a job. Seriously, it is horrible. Unless there are people out there who are literally like some kind of machines that cannot be affected by whatever the education gives them from suffering and shit. So more power to you. Okay. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But seriously, avoid education after primary school. The important thing that you need to learn is to how to read and write and do everything that's basic in your life. After that, get the fuck off the education if you can. This is a wholehearted, honest to God advice to everyone. This is a huge disclaimer to everyone out there who have finished. This is a huge wholehearted disclaimer advice that I'm not kidding when I'm saying it. After kindergarten and primary school, quit your education. Stop it in its tracks. And literally get a job. Any job. Any job. Just get it. Just get a goddamn job after primary school. Seriously. You will save from yourself like at least 20 plus years of suffering. Americans and every other country in the European and the American and Asian regions, all of you got the choice, right? Your countries are giving you the choice on whether you can continue your education or not. If you have the choice, then fucking quit it. I'm telling you, quit your education after primary school. And as for anyone that's Arab that's watching this, well, that's how fucked up education is. Anyone who is Arab and new to this channel, this is what education does to people in Egypt. This is how low Egypt has become between all of the Arab countries. Seriously, Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and every other Arab country that isn't Egypt might be actually going through a better fucking condition. Except for Palestine, that is getting fucking destroyed from every corner. And it's people getting murdered in every fucking corner. But education is the worst killing weapon in Egypt. Want to destroy an entire country? Put education in it. But an education that is similar to Egypt's dog shit education system. That's how you destroy a country. That's how you single-handedly destroy a country. You don't need an army. You don't need a nuclear weapon. You don't need anything such as trickery or anything. Oh no, put an education that is a dog shit and literally makes people beg for their lives and make their families turn against their children. This is how you destroy a fucking country. Hell, you don't even need to put an economic wall over the public. Oh no, education. And force them to stay in it. Force them to stay in it, or they get fucking drafted to the army. That's how you kill a country. That's how you destroy it. And the thing is, once again, this is just the redo exam of the first year's failed exam. And the finals are gonna be coming at 25th. The first exam will be at the 25th, which is as a matter of fact, I cannot get myself to be prepared for it. As a matter of fact, I might be already getting fucked before I even get to prepare myself for anything. It's horrible. It's demoralizing. I might fucking cry, man. I'm gonna fucking cry so hard if I can. I'm gonna cry if I can. From how demoralizing this education system is. A failure after a failure after a failure after a fucking failure. It's like God has already forsaken me and left me to fend off. And left me to fend off and die in obscurity. More than what I've already been dying in obscurity from the online fucking conflicts. I don't know if I should even consider myself that I have done my best. I don't know if I should even consider myself that I'm just over-exaggerating and I actually did my best and I might actually succeed. But everything is fucking possible. I know that failure is 100% possible. And education is like 0.00000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000would seriously rather die. I'd rather have someone literally step on me so hard. I'd rather have an entire building fall down on me. I'd rather suddenly get fucking burned from an exploding gas that suddenly combusts out of my ass. I'd rather get cancer. I'd rather get cancer, and probably the biggest stage of it. I'd rather have COVID planted into my goddamn genes and literally murder me. I'd rather get drafted by Bison into the fucking and get turned into another one of his sex dolls. I'd rather get fucking drafted to to Judge Dredd's fucked up game world. I'd rather... I don't know. I'd rather get returned back to the ancient times and get fucking murdered for existing. Rather get turned into an ape, or fox, or a lion. I'd rather get turned into anything other than a human. It's just this fucked up. It's just this horrible. It is this bad. And you can just forget about success. Failure is always possible. Unless by some miracle you are actually succeeding with passing grades. Exactly the passing grades. No more, no less. I apologize if any of this sounded so horridly extreme or whatsoever. But once again, I just need to let out my freaking emotions. And the thing is, once again, this isn't the first time something like this happened to me. This isn't the first time I literally find myself disappointed of myself. Unless there is an effect that I don't know its name. That's literally making me so mad at myself. That is almost close to me literally getting mad for not getting it perfect. It's like there is an Ami Mizuno inside me, but a worse version of her that literally scolds me so hard for not getting a perfect and not doing my absolute best like a machine. Or just an Ami Mizuno. Maybe there's a dark Mercury inside me that is literally scolding me so hard and literally rupturing and torturing me inside that even though I did my best and actually, got myself into the passing grades, yet it's still yet it's probably torturing me for not getting a fucking perfect. It is maybe that kind of effect that even though I did my best, but I'm still mad because I needed a perfect. Maybe this is the effect that comes in when you have already passed the subject so good above almost a lot of people who had failed the subject and had to redo it. But the thing is, you're still striving for perfection, so you are never happy. That's probably what this effect goes in. And this effect has been going with me since the school times. Am I really having this effect again? Or maybe I'm just a fucking idiot and a crybaby. The thing is, maybe there's still a part of me that still wants perfection. But I have already accepted that to myself, that I will never get the perfect marks. If I can get the passing grades on every subject without any single failure, then I'll be the utmost happy person in the world. I'll be the happiest person in the world. If I really got the passing grades this year, I could do a lot of things. I could do a lot of things just to get the passing grades. And if I actually got them, Once again, I could do a lot of things. Like deleting my fucking porn folder. And my Twitter porn folder. I could just not jerk off for an entire year. I could starve myself from getting any kind of delivery. I would, work my ass to the bone at some random company for an entire year. I could, shave myself entirely from both facial hair and actual head hair entirely, and become bald and closer to what's to be Walter White from Breaking Bad. I just want to succeed. I want to be happy. I want to feel like that I have actually did something good. I want to feel like that I have actually made a fucking difference. That I have actually changed my godforsaken fate. And be able to take my goddamn holidays without having to worry like crazy. For once in my entire godforsaken life. Is it so hard? Is it really this hard to just succeed and make myself and everything and everyone around me happy and proud of me? Even I to be proud of myself, to get a clear conscience for myself. Is it this hard? Is it this hard? Is it like literally impossible for me to get a clear conscience like everyone else does? To be successful in life? To lead a goddamn honest to God great life? Is it? And I don't even need to wait for the results to come. I can already fucking tell it. It's over. Either that, or I just brought myself this was a step, or I've just built for myself a stepping stone to greatness. Yeah, the stepping stone. Okay, not greatness, but just success. Like maybe I've actually got the stepping stone and the blueprint for making it successful. Sure, it's gonna be no perfect, but it's gonna be a pass with flying colors. And maybe if I continue this way, I can actually succeed in every other single subject with flying colors. No failures. I don't even know. Should I encourage myself? Should I be happy and proud of myself? Or just expect the worst anyways? God. I was supposed to be sad, but now I'm confused. I'm so pissed off and sad and confused. But seriously, did I really do my best? Let's just hope so. Let's just hope that I really did my best. Because if not, then I might just kill myself. Four failures does not make a man. It makes an absolute disgrace in society. And I'll better be wrong. I'll better be wrong though. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong and I'm just making a random ass tantrum. I hope that I'm wrong and I actually did my best. I hope that I'm wrong, and I actually did what I could, and actually listened to mom's every hint and rule on how to answer this fucking godforsaken kind of exam. I hope that I'm wrong. And, well, there's an actual change in my life. But seriously, I just can't, well, I don't know. I really hope that I did my best. I really hope that I actually did my best. Because otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do to myself and everyone if what I expect is true. I really hope that I actually did my best. I don't know. But I want to believe that I did my best. I want something to prove to me that I actually did my best. That the next other subject is gonna be, there's an actual light in the end of the road. I want to have a fucking living proof that there is an actual light at the end of the road. That my goddamn efforts, that me and my mom's tutor sessions did not go to waste. Seriously. I've made my mom sit with me and tutor me on how to study. These better not go to waste. Watching the goddamn the Message movie, it better not go to waste. And my revisions, it better not go to waste. My bare minimum efforts to bring the entire fucking explanation from the book, it better not go to waste. It better not fucking go to waste. Or else, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do to myself if I was right. I really wish that I'm wrong. I really wish for something that comes into my face and shows me that I'm so wrong and I actually did my best. This better be the fucking year this better be the fucking blueprint for an entire success in my life. This better be it. This fucking better be it. This fucking better be the time where I am actually rising up from the ashes of obscurity. This better be it. This better be the time where I actually get a whole change of fate. And not just a bunch of bullshit from Fire Emblem Awakening. It better be it. Or once again, I might just do something horrible to myself and to everything around me. And well, to tell you the truth, like I said, low-key, I want to believe some of the inner things that tells me that I did my best. There's no need for any more effort or any self-loath. I really want to believe that. I really wish that I'm wrong. And I'll better be wrong. I better hope my ass that I'm wrong. better hope that I'm wrong. Well, it's about time for me to get off this negativity that some of you may already have gotten tired of. I'm talking a little bit positive. So, I have finished Kaito Saint Tail. I finished watching it, and, well, to tell you the truth, it's pretty good. It's really good. The premise of the anime is about a little girl who has gotten some kind of a bracelet that we don't know who the fuck she got it from, that lets her transform into Saint Tail, and she literally has to do it from inside a church. And her info broker is her classmate, who is also a nun. And then there's a freaking small detective that has been literally all about catching the Saint Tail. And in literally 40, and it only takes like 40 episodes for both the detective and Saint Tail / the girl to fall in love. The art style is pretty good, you know. It is really nice. The animation is pretty awesome, amazing for a 90s anime, as well as the graphics. The soundtrack, the first season's opening and ending songs are pretty fucking amazing for its time. While the second season had literally shoved that away and made it all happy sappy, and I don't know, man, kind of sucked ass. Like, there are lots of times where some animes, their first openings and endings are actually way better than their second season counterparts. But anyways, the soundtrack, the score itself, it can get pretty good. But most of the time, it's absolutely generic that it makes me want to die. The voice actors, they are memorable enough to make you want to hear them in a video game. And overall, I'll literally give it a 9 out of 10. Straight 9 out of 10. It is pretty amazing. Although it had some pretty shitty flaws at the end of it. Like, one, it literally gave us like what is meant to be, use your imagination to figure out how everything is ended. Especially when there was a time skip at the last episode. Spoiler alert. You literally gotta use your imagination on how the fuck did she get the bracelet, or how in the hell did they both got together after, you know, Asuka freaking caught Mimi. Yeah, those who have literally watched the anime will know what the fuck am I talking about. Or maybe, just maybe, the manga is explaining, had actually explained everything. No, maybe the manga had actually explained everything, you know, about how she got the bracelet, how both Asuka Jr. had known about Saint Tail, about how, you know, they got together and what happened to, you know, Mimi's identity as Saint Tail. Who fucking knows? But it's a really good anime. It runs on 43 episodes. I really recommend it. But unfortunately, it gets fucked in the ass with how fucking, low the games have become. Like, there is like a Sega Pico game, which is, well, honestly, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but it's so basic. But it has a lot of voice acting. However, there is another game on the Sega Game Gear. And my god, it deserves a whole episode, a short episode in the style of AVGN. Seriously, the game is so horrible. It's fucking bizarre. They literally tainted the entire anime to shame. Why? Number one, the butchered rendition of Tokyo Koete, and there isn't a single goddamn rendition of Junshin or any of the fucking other endings. Like, I would accept that the Game Gear has a rendition of one of the endings of the second season. That would have been alright. But, let's fucking butcher Tokyo Koete. Then there is the entire game. It has a minigame mode and a story mode. Story mode is where you're supposed to go through. And there are a lot of freaking flaws. A lot of nitpicks that I'm gonna literally, pick them up in the style of AVGN. Like number one, Saint Tail steals at night. But in the Game Gear game, she's out there at the fucking morning. Like, is this supposed to literally give us the illusion of Saint Tail is still at night, but the grass is like highly lighting up? Is the entire field an entire illusion for Saint Tail to go through? The object of the game is to go through like 5 or 4 houses. 5 or 4 houses and try to steal the freaking gems. And how do you steal the fucking gems? The entire story of the game is probably based upon the first episode of the anime, where Sierra talks and gives Mamie her mission, her first mission. It is about a kid who had came to the church and talked to her about a grandfather who had let himself get fooled and conned and sold 4 real gems to some asshole out there, while he had 4 fake ones. And so Saint Tail's mission is to replace the 4 fake gems with the 4 real gems that were stolen by that guy. And honestly, the idea of it may be pretty cool. You get to go around the Saint Tail, avoid getting spotted by cops, and collect some magic cards or wands, as the freaking HUD would suggest. Whenever you want to go pass through, a group of those asshole cops, you press the 2 button or the 1 button to literally do a magic spell. It would, create a clone, an illusionized clone full of Saint Tails, rain some shit upon the goddamn cops. That's right. She is summoning a rain shit. AVGN would be so proud of this shit, really. And, you reach the house And apparently Asuka Jr. challenges you. But you might be wondering, where the fuck is Asuka Jr. in the main game? Guess what? He isn't anywhere in this entire game. Unless he comes out as some stupid portrait and, well, at some last minigame. And how do you steal the gems? How do you progress through the game? You go to the house and you get to play a minigame. Saint Tail on the Game Gear is a stupid, sorry excuse of a video game based upon the JoJo anime itself. And, you know, putting lots of minigames. This should be on a fucking Sega. This should be on the Sega Pico, not the Sega Game Gear. You literally go inside and you get to play like 4 minigames. Consists of Jungle Jig, find the difference between 2 pictures, play some shitty version of Columns. Yeah, Columns, the Sega game. And you press on the D-pad and apparently the safe is giving you some kind of commands. You don't need to use the button, just some simple directional taps. And the last minigame is that you are trying to escape from Asuka Jr. or, you know, some kind of a fucking a stupid array of bombs, birds, and shooting stars. And you are on the balloon. You get hit once your balloon gets hit once or anything, you fall off and die. And if you die in this game and lose your life, you're fucked up and Saint Tail goes to jail. Game over. And the worst fucking minigame of it all is the slot image. That's right, there is a slot machine style to make a full image. And it's by far the worst fucking minigame of it all. It's horrible. It's really horrible. Like, matching the images is hard enough, but then there are these fucking additional stuff. Match the image or not, you still have these things to deal with. You get 3 points, 1 point, 0, get no points at all, or your points get taken away from you. So if you even manage to get a Sierra image, congratulations. There is gonna be a minus thing that's gonna drain away your points. Like, who the fuck thought of this shit? And the worst thing about it all, did they really watch the anime? Did the people who make this fucking game had actually watched the anime? Or at least read the manga? No. They decided to taint Saint Tail and literally make the entire game full of minigames, as well as the story. You would think the minigames, they're just additional content, but they're the fucking main game. It would be much more funnier if it was a Mario Party style that is full of these minigames. Like, seriously. It's horrible. It's really horrible. And that slot image minigame. God, that alone might be Asuka Jr.'s fucking wet dream right there. He's like, God damn, Saint Tail is losing. Whoever is playing this game is probably a dumbass. Thanks for giving her to me, chump. I'm gonna fucking catch her. What a shitload of fuck. There's a Sega Saturn game which isn't even translated, and yet it's more of a fucking game that is remotely faithful to the anime. And it even has and it even has voice acting from Oscar Jr. and Mamie. But at least from what I have seen so far. But it's 100 times better than that shit. It's pathetic. Like, I wouldn't mind trying to avoid the cops. Like in Metal Gear, you would think that it's gonna be a Metal Gear style stealth game. But you silly people, this is no Metal Gear, and it's no Saint Tail either. Oh no. You see, look, you may be behind the cops in a fully obvious area. As long as the cop doesn't touch you, you're absolutely safe. You can be in front of the cop from another bush, and yet he doesn't fucking detect you. Well, ain't that a fucking good idea for a stealth game, right? It isn't even a stealth game. It's a piece of shit. But if there's one thing that the game really shines in, are the graphics and most of the renders that almost make you think that it's taken from the anime, and the voice clips from the intro and when she finishes talking with Sierra. That's right. Like really, the Game Gear actually has voice clips of Mamie talking and saying, "Forgive me, God, for I use gimmick or trick," and the 1, 2, 3 line, and well, the "May God's blessing be with us." Sierra doesn't talk, but Mamie can talk on the Game Gear. And when you make a spell, it's show time. But that's literally what the game is. That's the only thing, two things that the game is good from. The graphics, the renders, the sprites, Asuka fucking Jr.'s face, and the rendition and the voice clips in the rendition for Tokyo Koete. Like, come on, I've even made a goddamn, you know, I've even edited the fucking song to have a pitch and a tempo that is similar to the original anime's opening. Yes, I've seen it. And Saint Tail is apparently the only anime that's heavily protected by copyright that I can barely see anything that is worthy of it, aside of the opening, the full opening AMV, and the full ending AMV. Lots of English song AMV that is based upon it. There isn't even a clip that is from its English dub. Copyright's a huge bitch. Apparently there's been a lot of lawsuits up the ass that people did not want to risk themselves getting something out of it. Not even from its dub. Like, goddamn. Anyways, on to Wedding Peach. Yes, I have been watching Wedding Peach as well. And well, right now I'm like episode 43 or episode 42. I don't know which. But I've got 6 episodes remaining until now. And let me tell you, it does take some liberties and has some moments that make you think that there are some Sailor Moon stuff. But back to Saint Tail for one last time, so I would remotely consider it to be a shoujo anime. It is great, but not as impactful as Sailor Moon, to be honest. Wedding Peach, however, it almost gives me the idea that is, well, you know, a bit closer to be as impactful as Sailor Moon. It's a trio that It's about a trio who are all about trying to catch the heart of a fuckboy from a soccer team. But damn, Momoko's slowly getting mesmerized by one of by his trustworthy assistant, Yosuke Fuma. Yeah. Then devils are getting sent to the goddamn human world to suck off the love wave. Yeah, and it's been all about the love wave. Honestly, the anime's the anime's good. You know, animation good. Most of the music scores is good. And what's really amazing about the anime is that it literally has that the same song and all of the endings are sang by the seiyus for the trio. You know, the seiyus for the main trio. You know, the seiyu of Momoko, the seiyu for Hinagiku, the seiyu for Yuri. That's right. They have sang the first opening and sang the entire library of the ending. And they are in a band, and they call themselves Furil. It is their own band. Well, I guess that Peach Hips has to step their game up. But I still love them. I mean, like, I guess that Peach Hips have to step their game up. And those who don't know who Peach Hips are, they are a band. They are their own band full of the seiyus of the 90s cast of the Sailor Moon. The original 5. That's right, the original 5. Who is for real? The original 3 of the Winning Peach cast. I wonder if something like that exists for Cardcaptor Sakura or, Magic Knight Rares. Because, really, the idea of the seiyuu of the own anime singing the stuff related for the anime is pretty amazing. The fact that Frill were the ones behind the ending and the first opening, Dreaming Love Angels or Yumemiro Aitechi. It's pretty amazing. And there is lots of good fan service, I'm not gonna lie. I know they're fucking minors, but give me a break, okay? It's not like I'm gonna fucking loot them, assholes. Anyways, there are some good fan services here and there, and it brings the same kind of balance that Sailor Moon Super and probably Sailor Stars had ever brought to us. But it isn't as super goofy as the first season of Sailor Moon, and that's one thing that the first Sailor Moon had a huge flaw. And in whatever dub you literally want to watch this thing from, it is quite bizarre. And honestly, it is really not that bad. Like, it's really not that bad. It is pretty amazing, not gonna lie. However, there are two major flaws that fuck this anime up. One, Winning Peach in its entirety has like 2 transformations for the 4 love angels. They first transform into their wedding dress version, and the second transformation, they transform into their fighter angel version. And I'm like, What the fuck was the point in transforming to the fucking wedding version? Are you a bunch of idiots? Is that what y'all are? Y'all a bunch of idiots so hard that you're literally transforming 2 times? Like, sure, there is Sailor Moon Super with its holy grail bullshit after, you know, Usagi already transformed into Cosmic Sailor Moon. But give me a fucking break. It goes on and on. Although the instrumental version for the vocal tracks to be used as transformation music and the randomized transformation music is really making a good job on making me just want to watch some of this stuff. But 2 transformation, while the main one is probably useless as all shit, then what's the point? Literally, what's the point of the wedding dress version? It's like literally giving Sailor Moon the most basic transformation, but then you gotta change it to another version, which is, some kind of a fighter angel version. And literally, it's a fucking big Valis, and it's probably the Valis style transformation ever. Like, seriously. Like, it's like you're literally giving Sailor Moon the basic transformation, and then there's another one to be able to fight. To be able to fight my ass. That's fucking horrible. And the second flaw, and it is what I think, and probably a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on, is probably the most fucked up name. It's probably what brings the anime down to smithereens. It literally makes me not want to think about it seriously. And it is the name of the ancient item from the angel world, the Saint something 4. Yes, a name of an important object like this is the second major flaw. Sailor Moon had a lot of English moments, but and even if they called the silver crystal in the English, it would be also alright, because it's a silver crystal. But come on, the Saint something 4? Who in the holy ass have came up with this? Like, you could just call it the 4 ancient wedding pieces, or the, I don't know, the 4 shining loves. Like, come on, Saint something 4. And after thinking about it and seeing a few more episodes, the something 4 is actually something that you do when you're engaging to someone. And there are things that you give to the bride. Something borrowed, something blue, something old, and something new. But my god, they are literally giving this up in Japanese English style. Seriously, the Saint something 4 and the 4 fucking pieces are actually having this kind of name. Saint something old, Saint something new, Saint something borrowed, and Saint something blue. What the fuck? What in the absolute fuck were they thinking with this name? No, seriously. Like, I get it that it's an anime about wedding stuff, but That is far and beyond taking it literally. Like seriously, I get it. It's wedding beach and everything, but that's too far. Like, like seriously, I have laughed when I have seen this kind of name for hours. And let me tell you, I have made, like, here is what literally people are gonna be saying when they hear this kind of name. Like, Saint something 4. They'll be trying to correct me. They'll be like, oh, you mean the Saint Super 4, or the Saint Diamonds 4, anything that isn't the Saint something 4. Until you literally tell them that's the name of the saint. They're like, they'll be like, get the fuck off my face, man. Like, seriously. The Saint something 4. Just wow. Like imagine we literally bring something like this. Like imagine if Wedding Peach has crossover with Sailor Moon, and Momoko have met Usagi, and she's literally talking to her about the Saint something 4. Even Usagi, with her bunhead personality, would literally fucking laugh at her so hard. Like, what? Saying something 4? Bruh, say something clever. Say something better than this. Say something 4. How about saying something up your ass? And it's a legit ancient item inside the anime. From the ancient world. What the fuck? What kind of messed up archaeology is this? Like, it's horrible. It's seriously horrible. A horrible way to demoralize and to downgrade your anime from literally a 9 or something to absolute 4 out of 10. Like, I'm sorry, the Saint something 4? What kind of assery is this? Like, no, seriously, who the fuck has thought of this as a good name for an item like this? Like, they called the silver crystal the Ginzuisho. And then later on, they have went all over for the English treatment for everything. And well, I can understand it. It makes sense. And if they call the silver crystal by its English name in its English style, that would also make sense. The Silva Crystal. Ginzuisho. Right? The Seihai, or if they want to call it Holy Grail, Internal Theory, Golden Crystal. Okay? Like, it all makes sense. And like Sailor Moon's items, they all make sense. Then Wedding Peach's item comes up, Saint something 4. And what's even worse, like they're all power-ups for the love angel. Momoko gets a something Saint something old. Hinagi goes a something new. Yuri's a something blue. And Scarlet/Salvia something borrowed. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What kind of ass crack were they on when they have thought of this name? It's horrible. And it's so bizarre. It literally puts a lot of comedy stuff, and it isn't even the funniest thing inside the anime. It isn't even part of the comedy in the anime. It is the entire comedy of the anime. Like, seriously. Like, anyone who's gonna hear about this the first time will shit their pants while laughing at this. Maybe they would react at this normal, But still, it's so bizarre. Very bizarre. Very bizarre to the point of losing your mind. Like, that is an AVGN worthy award for the worst fucking name, the word for an item ever. I get that it's supposed to be talking about wedding related stuff, but if we are really gonna, and even if we are gonna be talking about wedding related stuff, it has to be in Japanese at least. Then I won't have to laugh at it. If it wasn't Japanese, a true Japanese kind of name, I wouldn't have to laugh at it and criticize it so hard. But it's all in English. The entire item is in English. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, aside of the transformation and attack powers that shares a similar English treatment, this is the fucking biggest downgraded insult to something that is completely important. That without it, the fucking angel world is gonna get destroyed. And yet, they're still going on. There's even an episode where it's called Stolen Something 4. And Momoko has read it out loud. Stolen something before. What the ass? Like, what the ass were they thinking? I know. They weren't thinking at all. They're fucking crazy. And, like, I didn't even talk about the funniest moments of the anime, or the bizarre moments of the anime. But this, it puts the whole franchise to shame. And I bet that in that Wedding Peach DX is gonna be the same treatment. When I literally talk to someone and literally tell him, hey, do you know about the Saint Something 4? And they'll be like, Saint Something 4? Do you mean the Saint Blizzard 4? Or is it Dick Suck 4? They would literally try to correct me. And out of context, it's probably the worst thing that will come to mind. It's insane how someone actually thought of this to be a good idea. Like, sure, put everything that is related to winning into this anime and make it as a fucking item. God. James would fucking shit his ass off laughing harder than he had almost shat his ass laughing at Big Riggs' winning quote, "You're a winner." I'm not kidding. He would shit his ass laughing at this, at the same way he was laughing at Big Riggs. He's gonna lose his shit. And I didn't even get to talk about its video games, or its bizarre moments, or anything about it. Oh no. This is the name of an ancient item. Damn. Seriously. 2 huge flaws. And that one is an Oscar-worthy flaw to make it flop. But luckily a lot of people have dealt with this normally. I've got problems apparently. Because seriously, it's stupid. Very stupid. But aside of those flaws, to be very honest, the anime itself is pretty good. And so far, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Really. A 7.5 out of 10. what I consider to be the second coming for what I consider to be a shoujo anime, Loki, it might be. And it might probably be the best shoujo anime. It got some good fan service. It got some good, got most of the balance and all the comedy and all the stuff that you would need. And there are some pill-derived sound effects from Sailor Moon when they are doing most of the things. Like Momoko's Bridal Flash, it's literally stolen. The flash sound is literally stolen from Michiru's Deep Submerge. It is a bit bizarre, but damn. But seriously, it is a great anime. Oh, like it is a pretty good anime too. Can't deny it. As a matter of fact, since that we're bringing Sailor Moon into this again, there was an episode. There was a part of an episode where what looks like to be Rei and Ami have appeared as a cameo. No kidding. Ami and Rei, or what looks like them, have appeared as a cameo in one of the episodes of Wedding Peach. Now ain't that a high quality Sailor Moon cameo into this or not? Like seriously, it is probably the best cameo. Right? Like seriously. Although if it was Asagi, that would have been fucking awesome. But it's just two people who happen to look like Rei and Ami. Or Rei and Ami themselves are a cameo inside the episode. Although they weren't voiced. They're just there watching good old Yanagiba with the others. I guess if Rei has decided to give up on Yoichiro and went to the Wedding Peach world searching for the perfect asshole, and Ami just probably got dragged by Rei and probably told her, "Hey Ami, stop fucking around and let's chase some guys." I can't, Rei. I'm trying to study for my next math exam. Alright, Akurio Tyson, bitch. And she probably got unconscious, and now she is in this kind of situation. Yeah, it is that deep. And funny. But seriously, this is a cameo if I've seen one. And I didn't even notice it when I was watching the episode itself. Rei and Ami are in Wedding Peach. That's another bonus for Wedding Peach itself. It's time to talk about the video games. So there is a game on the SNES, a game on the Game Boy, and a game on the PS1. The SNES game literally has a pretty decent rendition of the Yume Miro Ai no Tenshi, and for what I have seen so far, it's a bunch of mini games and there's a story. It hasn't been there was a translation, but it's told that it's the worst translation you could ever see. So it's best to avoid this until it's fully translated. But then there's a Game Boy game that is worthy of another AVG. That is another AVG and worthy game. It is a Game Boy game that is supposedly based upon the second season of Wedding Peach. Because in its title screen, it has the first part of the Ai no Hono or Wedding Wars opening. Then you press start. A bunch of a bunch of freaking story text comes up, and it's the entire the rest of the Wedding War song. It's been fast, like really fast, but it has Wedding Wars. Although the drums that were used in that Game Boy rendition is very horrible. I've even did my very best to record the song itself in game to have like the first part, and then a few seconds later the second part comes in. It's as if I'm recording a TV spec version of the song. Like seriously, the song itself could have been better. But do you want to know what fucks up the entire game and makes it AVGN worthy? Do you play it? Do you choose your characters? No. Do you have like a specific love angel for each stage? No. Do you see them? No. The main protagonist of this game is nothing but Jama P himself. Yes, you play some kind of a weird game featuring Jama P. And from what I have understood while playing the game is just the object is to literally envelop the entire stage with what is supposed to be a love wave. And by love wave I mean pulling a long ass third rope from his tail, and then you come back and touch one of the parts of your tail, and from there you're making progress. It's some kind of Minesweeper, or I don't know what kind of game is that, but seriously, that's all what you do. And you gotta avoid Jama P's devil self. And he dies pretty easily. You touch his devil self, he dies. 3 lives and a continue. Damn. And you might be thinking, later on you would get to play as one of the love angels, or you would get to see Momoko cheering you up or something like that. But no. You don't get to play as any of the love angel. It is called Wedding Peach Jama P's Panic. And they took it so literally, they made Jama P the main character of the game, not the love angels. A game that is literally featuring the Wedding Wars opening is this. The PS1 is probably based upon the first season as well, because it literally has the first season's opening, Yume Miro Ai Tenshi, in PlayStation 1 quality. And honestly, I don't know what kind of game is that. But it has voice acting and the opening itself, so it is truly a Wedding Peach game, more than this Game Boy piece of shit. I'd rather play the SNES games than that. Oh, fuck. Oh boy. I've been yapping for like 1 hour and 39 minutes. And to tell you the truth, I didn't really want to be yapping like this, but this year is important to me, you know. I want to actually like change my fate from all the failures to the first ever success. And once again, I really hope that I'm wrong and I'm not actually gonna get fucked in the ass. Let's hope that I'm, wrong. and I actually am succeeding with flying colors. I just want to be able to tell myself and tell everyone that I actually tried for once in my life. Well, then there's Magic Knight Rayear's video games, and let me tell you, they did a pretty good job with a lot of games. Especially Magic Knight Rayear's Forza Saturn. That's right. Magic Knight Rayear's Forza Saturn is pretty good. And apparently it had some weird shade difficulty. So there was and it's made by Working Designs. Now that's a bad sign, you see. There is a... Because you see, Working Designs have used to work on lots of games with some pretty shitty English dubs. Most of the games had pretty shitty English dubs, while others had some decent ones. And I've watched it, and I've got the undubbed version for the game. Although apparently the undubbed literally disables the diary. And probably because the Japanese version doesn't have a diary built in. But anyways, like but anyways, there are lots of games for Magic Knight Rayear's, even though I only watched 2 episodes from it. They are pretty good. The Saturn is an action RPG where you move and attack, and you can alternately switch between the three knights, and well, there are stuff that you can do. Then there is a SNES RPG game, and my god, it disappoints me quite a bit. Like, number 1, Hikaru and the others do not say the spell names. They just go, ah, yeah, or whatever. Like, come on, Hikaru. And I thought you would be the one to be screaming, Hono, no, yeah. Like, come on, man. Then there was a Game Gear game, and I don't really know if I didn't really play much of it. Then there is a Game Boy game, and it's based upon probably one of the new episodes of Magic Knights, or it's probably the Magic Knights 2. I don't know. But anyways, it's another RPG game, but it actually does a pretty good job with the voices. Also, it's highly digitized so hard that you can't probably tell if it's Hikaru or some kind of shit when she is like, oh no, yeah. Like, wow. And then there is a Sega Pico game. And to tell you the truth, that Sega Pico game, it really does a good job. But if there's one thing that the 8-bit Magic Knight games really have a common problem at, it's the up-pitched freaking versions for the up-pitched and down-pitched versions of the same song. Meanwhile, the Saturn just literally gives you the anime opening. And to tell you the truth, it is very nice. And I've heard that the show itself had a dub and a sequel. I might get to it later after I'm done watching Winning Peach. And then there's Cardcaptor Sakura. And yeah, let's hope that I get to watch most of these in time. But anyways, yeah. Yeah. Overall, I have been enveloping myself with lots of shoujo related animes. Like literally 4 shoujo animes and 3 shonens, which means like 7 animes I've gotta watch. First of them being Yu Yu Hakusho. And in 2 episodes? Well, it is pretty decent so far. We haven't even got to the point where Yusuke gets his spirit gun or anything else. And it's English dub? Well, it is pretty good. Also, part of me tells me that I should just go at it in Japanese style. Although the English voice is pretty good, but the music of the Japanese dub is very nice. But then again, I doubt that there will be a streaming service or a part of the freaking world would literally have the episodes in English, yet give us the Japanese opening. There is nothing like that. It's like trying to undub an English dubbed anime, which is not possible. Unless someone does it and actually streams the entirety of Yu Yu Hakusho or any other anime with a Japanese music inbound. Oh well. Then there's Hokuto no Ken, aka Fist of the North Star. And to tell you the truth, it is fucking amazing. It is pretty fucking amazing. Like for a 70/80s anime, it is pretty amazing. Kenshiro, the fights, and most of the parts and stuff. Yeah, it is very good. Then there's Saint Seiya. To tell you the truth, it is also a pretty good anime. Then I would like to watch more of it. So in total, I've got like 7 animes in my backlog to finish. But now it has been reduced to 6. And hopefully later on right now, or later on tomorrow, it would be literally reduced to 5, because I have got 6 episodes left for Wedding Peach. So right now, it's only 6 anime remaining. Because later on there is Cardcaptor Sakura and Magic Knight Rares. And of course, this 3 shonen animes. And to tell you the truth, watching these animes is a pretty amazing distraction. And honestly, I don't know. They sometimes bring me some new meanings of things that I do not know about. Or maybe just the effect of, not having, not watching anything from a long time. And, well, you get to finally watch something. Or it's just the Sailor Moon effect is going on me and trying to watch something that is related to it. And to be honest, Wedding Peach might probably be the second anime that is closer to Sailor Moon, and actually to be a good shoujo anime. But will it be impactful as Sailor Moon though? Would I call it as the second coming of Sailor Moon? It depends on the ending. Let's see how they actually end the anime. Well, that's it from me. I have yapped for long enough. I bet that whoever is literally watching this, I've already made a meme that's literally having an image of yapping level and the pointer goes to catastrophic. Yeah. I bet that already lots of people who hate me have already made lots of memes and hurtful jokes about me. And honestly, I can't really blame them, because I fucking suck. And I should just kill myself. Now. Well, anyways, I'm ending this here. And, well, the only thing that I'm gonna say, I really hope that I'm wrong. And I really hope that I have actually did my best and didn't fail again. Until then, please pray for me, because I really want to succeed this time.